My name is Jason Hall, and I teach 6th grade math at Owsley County Elementary School, and the title of my presentation is Lights, Camera, Math. Will you turn it, please? Oh, I'm sorry. I started out with some contact information in case anybody has any questions or anything they would like to get in touch with me. Of course, have an account with the Holler. It's where we post a lot of our content that we create in the classroom, and here's that. It's also going to be on the little paper that my wife is going around giving everybody. And here's my email address. That way you can contact me if you have any questions, like I said. And what my project is, it involves some videos and video tutorials. And not too long ago, I got contacted by a teacher whose class was looking at how to use the Texas Instruments 15 calculators, and they looked at several video tutorials on how to use it, and the teacher got in contact with me to let us know that our tutorial was the best one that the kids chose. So we were kind of proud of that. So if anybody wants to get in contact with us, they can feel free to do that. You'll turn it, please. And here's our YouTube channel. We did have different YouTube channels in the past. This year we started a brand new one. It got to where we had a lot of content on our old one, and I wanted to make it easier for my students this year to find the content that we were producing. And so we went ahead and used the school district provided YouTube channel. So this is the channel we're doing now. Thank you. And we are on Twitter, where we post about twice a week, sometimes more often, some of the things that we do in our classroom. And like I said, all this information is on here. Thank you. My problem of practice was the group of students that I was getting this year for math, it was a group that, based on their test scores, they weren't really responding to traditional ways of teaching math. I know that the teachers that they had previously were conscientiously doing the best job that they could with these students, but it just wasn't getting the type of test results that we would hope for. And while I knew I would try to deliver quality instruction, there was one non-traditional method that I wanted to include. And one of the math programs that we used to use was called Success for All Power Teaching Math, and we used that for a few years, and I really liked it. I had good results from it. My math scores last year were the highest in the school. I mean, I was really pleased with that. And one of the things that every lesson came with was a video where it showed students using math. And my students would kind of chuckle at them a little bit because they were a little bit hokey, and they'd always act like they could do better. And so I thought, with this new math program that we adopted, Engage New York, it doesn't come with the videos. So I thought what we could do is let the students create their own video scenarios for teaching math skills and see if that would have an impact on them. Turn it. I was really hoping to benefit from the protege effect, which occurs when students work harder to understand material in order to recall and apply it more effectively as they teach the concept to others. I don't know how many times I've heard people at teaching conferences say that the one who's doing the teaching is doing most of the learning. And I know that in my own life, whenever I felt like I had to demonstrate something to somebody else, I would go out of my way to try to be an expert on that so that I would be competent enough to deliver it. All right. My research question was, will student-created math videos lead to mastery of those skills? And the success that we would measure it by student and teacher created exit slips using Google Forms, and we'll measure success based on students scoring greater than or equal to 80% on the exit slips. And if you can go back for just a minute, please. When I say exit slips, it's kind of a misnomer in a way, because when my 6th graders leave me, they all line up and I take them to the next teacher who's waiting on them. It's not like the bell rings and they get 5 minutes or so out in the hallway to get their books together and visit their locker and things like that. So they have time maybe to linger in the classroom a few minutes to do an exit slip. The exit slips that the students actually did would be one of those little things like at the very tagged end of the lesson, be sure you do this tonight when you get home. So it's kind of an exit. We called it exit slip, but it was more like homework, really. And some of the things that we bought with our grant money, we got some good lighting system. We also got a Rode microphone, and we also got a little GoPro camera. I thought that might be more safe if students are doing some of their little scenarios in other places outside the classroom and they dropped it or something. It might not be damaged as easily. But here we see a picture of some of the students who are doing a video, and they're actually using a camera that we already had since it's just a stationary situation. And we kind of got a green screen behind them. And some of the videos that we posted, of course, were uploaded to YouTube and shared on Twitter in the holler. Turn it, please. Some of the things that students did, some of the skills that we also had to incorporate with students' ability to create iMovies. Before we would upload the videos to YouTube, the students would have a chance to go in and do some edits, and some of them got pretty good at using iMovie and going in, editing their clips and uploading them to YouTube. And this little feller, he's using a wireless mouse. We unplugged that mouse, but he's got a wireless one because of the ability to right-click. And all these other kids are around, and he's kind of teaching them how to do this. Turn it, please. And with the green screen, we also have a few little fun shots. Here's one where I slipped and put Barney in with them. Turn it. And the format that we used was the exit slips. We could upload our video to YouTube, and then we could embed that video in a Google form and have questions that go along with that Google form. And because our school went one-to-one, every student had Chromebooks. And because they had Chromebooks and their own Google accounts and access to Google Classroom, we could upload an assignment, be in the little exit ticket, and the kids could finish it up at home. And I think their ability to do it at home is probably what led to some of the things in the results you'll see. Here are a sample of just 5 random lessons that I took out. And in a couple of the lessons, I was really pleased. Above 80 here, above 80 here. This one's not even 70, a little above 70, almost 76. I think what happened to keep the students from doing as well as I had hoped is because where they did do these at home, there might not have been somebody there to make sure they were watching the videos before they attempted to answer some of the questions. I think that might have led to that. Maybe some of them just went in and just started trying to answer them based on what we did in the classroom, what they thought they already knew. I do think that it was successful because the kids, at least the kids who created the videos, at least they did do very well above that 80%. On just one occasion did a presenter score less than 80% on the exit ticket for her own video. One more thing I would like to say is in the future, I plan on doing this some more next year, but I know that there's this program that we can actually in the video embed questions, and the video won't play until they've seen the questions. They can't answer the questions until they've watched that part of the video. And I think that might cut down on students just going in trying to answer questions based on what they think they already know. That was one of the things I plan on doing to change things up next year. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them at the end of the presentations.
Thank you.